What's up, everyone?
Welcome back to another episode of the BC Pod. It's your boy Bang.
Your
I'm
boy
over
T
here with
Cut,
my
man.
Cut. Yes, sir. T Cut in the Cut. We back at it again. Another episode coming at y'all with the fantasy season done wrapped up. The champ still smoking on his championship pack.
I ain't on this show right now. I'm in Hawaii.
Oh man. So
I'm
hey,
enjoying the fruits of my lawn. What they said.
yeah. There you go. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you gotta kick back and relax after a long season of studying, trying knowing who to draft, who to pick up in free agency. It's time to relax. So my boy out there in Honolulu, it looked like Honolulu, Alabama.
Yeah. Go sure. What they say.
Oh man. So yeah, no, it's we good to be back at it. You know, it's the fantasy off season. The grind don't stop. You know what I'm saying? We said we're gonna keep podding, so we back at it again. So how's everything your way, Cut?
Everything been good, man. Can't complain, man. Just enjoying these playoffs, enjoying some NBA, just enjoying some sports until while we got them.
Right, exactly. It's that little crossover season where we still got some NFL going on, then NBA trying to pick up. All-Star break gonna be coming but right after the Super Bowl. So it's that little time of the year where we can watch NBA and NFL and
Yeah.
and they both relevant.
But then after that, it's like you get like dead space of number baseball.
Right. You get
Like one.
baseball, you got the college hoops lovers, March Madness will be going on, but
That's true.
it ain't too many people unless you just love college basketball worried about college basketball right now.
Not right now.
They ain't worried about it until it's March Madness.
Yeah.
So,
I fuck with
but
college, but
yeah, I mean Auburn. Hey, I see y'all having a solid season.
yeah, we sold their last game, got beat by Bama.
Yeah. And that ain't the one you want to lose. Now everybody gonna be talking noise.
It's too late. But
So,
yeah.
but yeah, it's a good little time of the year. So we might as well recap the fantasy season, and we'll start off with the quarterbacks, the top 10 fantasy QBs, and Cut.
Sure.
If you look at that list,
Crazy.
I don't think anybody could have predicted how this played out this year.
No, because like Brady said, it was a year of the mediocre quarterback. Like,
Yeah,
no disrespect to Lamar, but he possibly can win MVP. He don't even got 30 passing touchdowns, like type shit.
yeah, it was a interesting year, a rough year. I would say he ain't had like too many crazy prolific stats, especially out of the guys that we anticipate to have them kind of numbers. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If you drafted Patrick Mahomes in the first or second round, you ain't get your money's worth.
I to be honest, I knew better than that because it's just too much to draft from home in that first and second round. I don't know. For me to draft a quarterback in that first, second round, gotta be like Josh Allen or like something like that.
Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts, and we gonna get to those guys
Yeah.
as we talk about the list. But we might as well work our way from 10 to 1. So
Yeah.
starting at number 10, finishing as the 10th, scoring the 10th most fantasy football points, Baker Mayfield with Tampa
Okay.
Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
Now, Cut, I think you can attest to Baker and how he played this season because you had him for a few games, right?
My 2 or 3 games. Yeah, I had them. Maybe a little less, but yeah, I mean, I'm the biggest. I want to say the Baker hater. I'm the biggest Baker truth teller out there because he sold my boy Odell career. But I mean,
Yeah,
he saved his career with this year. It is what it is.
yeah,
He saved his career. He came in training camp. He wasn't projected to even start. He had a quarterback battle. I forgot his name. He won
Kyle
that.
Trask.
Child Trash came in, won that, and got this team to the playoffs, man. And they actually won a playoff game. So
Yeah,
he
won a
might
playoff
be,
game and was in the mix. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Was right there. It's a solid game with the Lions. So
he
definitely a
might.
good year.
Would you say he's
Yeah,
a franchise quarterback now for The Bucks. If you the
I wouldn't
Bucks
say he's a
GM,
franchise quarterback, but he's definitely. I think he can hold it down. You
so
know
if
what I'm
you the Bucks
saying?
GM, Chris, you the Bucks GM right now.
Yeah,
What they
yeah.
signed back to like a 1 year deal? Or what was it?
They signed him to a 1 year deal, I think, this past year. I'll give him a.
What'd you give him?
I'd probably offer him a 2 or 3 year.
How much?
Probably
Like, well, you probably know the exact dollar
25,
amount.
30 million a year,
Who?
which
So you put him in
which
one
ain't
year
that
deal.
much when you look at how much other quarterbacks are getting paid. I give him like 25 a year.
Ain't Daniel Jones get more than that?
Yeah,
If Daniel Jones get more, they got paid up more than that.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I
If
don't
Daniel
know.
Jones,
They paid Daniel Jones as if he is a franchise quarterback.
yes,
You
they
know what I'm
did.
saying?
Yes, they did.
So I don't know if I'm gonna pay him that much, but I definitely would try to bring him back on a 2 or 3 year deal. I don't know
Yeah,
about a four, but
nah.
you know what I'm saying, like a little 2 or 3 year joint, maybe a 2 year with a team option or
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
some something like that. Because he can hold it down. You know what I'm saying? We see that he got the ball to Mike. Mike still was cold this year. If you drafted Mike Evans, you got way more than you anticipated. I think he was like a
And
seven round pick.
I think he fit the coach scheme. Like he fit Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles won a dog at quarterback.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Baker
good
Baker
job, man.
definitely played like a dog this year. He averaged 16.7 points a game
Not bad.
at the quarterback position. Not bad at all. Especially, I mean, if you got Baker Mayfield as your starting quarterback, you probably like waited very late to get a quarterback, or you
I didn't even draft Baker.
didn't really care to draft one, and then you saw how he performed and pick him up, and he was more than solid. You probably had a really good team if Baker was your QB. So
That's a gamble there, though, boy.
it was a gamble, but look, this was the year to gambles because it paid
Yeah,
off.
yeah, you shooting the dice on that one.
Now, somebody who finished in ninth averaged the same amount of points as Baker.
mm,
Tua Tagovailoa.
tour.
Tua got off to a pretty hot start to the season. Had 2 games with 28 fantasy points. Was producing early, but as the season continued, Cut his production tailed off. I feel like people who probably started the year with Tua, I don't think they finished the year with him starting.
I
But he
say this.
finished top 10.
I say this about Tua, man. Tua got a good arm talent, but I don't know. It just he a winner, but NFL wise, he ain't shown he got that dog in him yet. But also, I think what kind of fucked him up is Jalen Water had a down year.
Definitely.
He was so injury prone this year.
Definitely. So you know that means he gonna end up cooking next year probably.
That's how I beat on it. Yes,
He's
how
probably
I
gonna end up
beat.
cooking next year. But yeah, he did have a good season for Waddle to not have a good one, but it also helps when you had Tyreek Hill having a career year.
I think they were forcing that bitch to him too much sometimes. It's
They had to.
like, but damn, man, these NFL receivers too now.
You're
Like,
right. You're
shit.
right.
Bro, Barrios was going crazy for a little moment. I feel
He
like just
was.
utilize him. Then you got that good ass run game. My thing
Oh
is,
yeah, they definitely was utilizing that. I think they could have utilized their running backs in the passing game a little more to kind of
they need
take
to
some of
do
that weight.
they need to do more play action, bro. If Miami do more play action with that fast ass running game they got, it will fuck people up. Because everybody knew if you stop Tyreek Hill, okay, you put them in the bind. Simple,
Hmm.
simple.
So it was a good season for Tua. Solid season for the Dolphins. I'm curious to see is how does their offense look next year? Like
Hmm.
Tyreek he's teased talking about retiring and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering how much longer Tyreek is going to continue to play football, and can he follow up a season like this with another banger of a year? Like, is he even going to be the wide receiver one on the team next year? Because he is getting older, and Waddle he's ascending. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be entering his physical prime soon. So I'm
He got
curious
the
to see
owner
how
doing
that
the
plays
water.
out.
He got the owner doing the water. He's cool.
And
I got a good question for you to bounce off that. Tyree Hill. Okay. We all know speed don't last forever. Without that speed, is he still an elite receiver?
nah, he's not. He's not. And something I'm gonna be curious to see what his draft cost is next year is you saw he it seemed like every week, every game, he might have played, but he was getting hurt. Whether it was like an ankle or his hamstring,
Yeah.
and he ain't getting any younger. So I just wonder like is he still gonna be durable next season and be able to give you 16, 17 games on the field?
That's what I'm not even. We'll talk about that later. But we can move
Yeah, yeah, it's something to keep an eye on.
on.
It's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
So at the eight spot, man, I don't think anybody would have anticipated at the eight spot Patrick Mahomes. A
I
lot of
can't
people drafted him first two rounds, finished
see.
as number eight quarterback.
See, people had too much respect for Mahomes. Mahomes cannot catch the ball for himself. I knew what was up. When I say they ain't had no receivers, bro, I'm like, bro, god damn. Do y'all see what happened with Brady his last year in New England? He had no receivers. It's like
Mhm.
it's tough, man. It's tough, bro.
Very tough.
So you're gonna have to have at least a good to decent number one, good to elite number one receiver to like be an elite quarterback. That's
Yeah, it was tough for Mahomes. We saw Kelsey had he had a good year. I mean, he still was when you look at his fantasy finish, he still was a top tier tight end, but he ain't have his normal Travis Kelsey year.
just getting old.
And exactly, and you could see that it affected Mahomes' stats. Travis Kelsey wasn't the Travis Kelsey that he's normally been, so that affected Mahomes' numbers. And then it took him like half the season for his number one wide receiver to break out, and it was a rookie.
Damn, Kelsey didn't even get 1,000 this year.
Didn't even get 1,000. It was Rasheed Rice led the team in yards with 1,100.
Hmm.
So it might be a changing of the guard, but we'll see. We'll see how the Chiefs try to rectify that. I feel like you might be able to get. We'll see when fantasy comes when we draft again what his draft cost will be. But you might be able to get Patrick Mahomes at a discounted price, which ain't
It
what you
depends.
normally would be able to do.
It depends on the off season. Like if they go get a good ass receiver, like if they go get Hopkins or somebody like that, then even third, fourth round. But and they draft somebody in because he got good ass receivers come up in the draft.
There's
But
a lot of good receivers in this draft. They probably will go that route just to save money.
they're gonna have to get rid of it's time to let go of Scott Watson and them young boys like that. It's time to
Oh yeah, yeah. Sky Moore, was it Justin Watson?
yep, it's time to move on, bro. We tried.
Yeah, they gotta get some more talent there. I
But
mean, they
Rasheed Rice,
paying.
yeah, like y'all been here like 2, 3 years and y'all ain't did that. So it's time.
Yeah, he did nothing. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And I think they spent the second rounder on Sky Moore. They spent a second or a third rounder on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, they invested some draft capital on him. So yeah, we'll see how Mahomes bounce back next year. Seventh spot, Jared Goff with
Yeah.
303.1 fantasy points this year.
Jared could have been
Big
higher.
time year for Jared Goff.
He could have been higher, to be honest. A couple games he sold himself all them damn picks and shit. But
He did. First game of the season, he had 14 points.
that's a
Week
letdown.
7, 10.4. But the
He
other
could have
one, week 14, 8.3. But then he had some games where he had 31, 20, 21, 27, 24. A little bit of an up and down year, but
I feel like Jared should at least had 20 a game. I'm just being real.
he he had, let's see. 17.8 a game. So it was close. It was
Close,
close.
real close.
Um,
But I feel like you can
definitely.
depend on him. Like every week quarterback, you can't depend on him.
Yeah, but I feel like if you had Jared Goff this season, you were happy with what you got out of him. Um, he Amon Ra had a big year. You can rely on him every week.
Depending on
Uh,
who's after Jared Goff.
Laporta broke out. You can rely on Laporta every week. So like he basically he didn't hurt the players that a lot of people had rostered. You know what I'm saying?
Next year, I feel like Goff gonna have to go. He gonna get that 20 point a game because now
We'll
Jameson
see.
at that
Because you
point.
know they offensive coordinator is going to
And
be
John.
the head coach with the Washington.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see.
So
But
we
Jameson
gonna see
Williams
how that
gonna
works
get. He
out.
gonna have a whole year now. Jameson Williams. So
That's that, and if he breaks out,
he was balling, bro.
then Jared Goff could be putting up some crazy numbers if he's the real deal. Like if he plays like the dude they thought they drafted.
He showed flashes.
He was a first round pick, what top 15 overall. Like,
That's
he got the talent.
that's tough. When you put it like that, that is tough. That's tough. Yeah.
So he needs to break out next year. Next year be year 3.
Yeah. He been fucking up. Suspended 6 games. Hurt. You know what I mean?
Hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He just ain't been able to be on the field, but
Can't get right.
he's been showing that he can make plays though. The talent's there. So we'll see how that translates next season for Goff. At the 6th spot, my favorite game manager, Brock Purdy.
Look at you amending it.
My favorite game manager. Hey, I'm just
Ain't
telling
nothing
y'all what
wrong
you
with that
hear.
though, bro.
I'm
Nothing
just telling y'all
wrong.
what y'all want to hear.
There's nothing wrong with being a game manager though, bro. If you're a good game manager, be the fucking best one you can be. You feel
Hey,
me? There ain't nothing wrong with that.
hey, he 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 can manage the game, but hey, as you saw, my boy can go win you the game too. When
He
you know what I'm
can.
saying.
He almost sold that game too.
Hey, so hey, it's a lot of games Brady almost sold, but
Yeah,
hey, we ain't worried about that. We worry about the ones with saying what actually happened.
you right.
So Brock Purdy finishes 6th in fantasy points for quarterbacks, 306.6, average 19.2 a game.
Tough,
As
bro.
as a as you know, him and Golf had some solid numbers as quarterbacks that you think are pocket passers. But
That's tough, bro.
Brock did his thing this year.
He did his thing, but a lot of that
Second
shit,
year quarterback. Hmm?
that I say about Brock is, man, he make good decisions, but his team is like, y'all get so much wreck. Like he could throw a 3 yard pass, and then he Kittle will take it to the house.
Hey,
People will take it to the house.
that's what the
McCaffrey,
scheme is asking him to do,
yeah,
and I can't hold it against him when that's what the scheme is. And he was the last pick of the draft. Like Brock Purdy he shouldn't be Brock Purdy. He shouldn't be a starting quarterback doing what he's doing. So
one second.
he Brock is doing his thing. Definitely stepping up for the 49ers and being the quarterback that this team needs. I definitely think he's a step up from Jimmy Garoppolo. And when you look at some of the games that he's had, the fantasy points say it. He went on a stretch scoring 20, 21, 26, 24, 26, 29.5, 22, 25.
Snap,
So
snapping.
he's and a lot of that comes from touchdown passes.
Yeah,
He's thrown a lot of TDs this year. So he's doing what he got to do. We'll see if it translates into a win this weekend. You got Purdy and Golf going at it.
that's
So
crazy.
it's number 6 and number 7 in fantasy. Got them two going at it.
Makes sense, huh?
It does. It does. And we're going to continue to just learn more about Brock Purdy as time continues. Like you said, he got the weapons. So he's making the most of the weapons. I think we can really judge if Brock Purdy is a manager or a playmaker in like 3 years. Like
Yeah,
when when you gotta make some decisions on Debo and Ayuk, and Kittle's going to be older, McCaffrey will be older, so it's going to be a new crop of talent. So
And that's
then you
why,
can,
yeah,
yeah, then we're gonna be able to see. We can really judge, like
yeah.
who is Brock Purdy? You know what I'm saying? Is he just a solid player, or is or is he gonna be like that Tony Romo, Tom Brady path where they was six? I think they both were 6 round picks,
I didn't know that,
but
but
they grew into being the man.
I ain't know Tony was a 6th round. That's what's up.
Hmm.
And that's what I
So
say about Brock. That's why I say there's nothing wrong with being a game manager because Tom Brady started off as a game manager because he didn't have to do too much. It's just manage the game. But if you can evolve into a
hmm
game changer, that's why I say I ain't saying he can't evolve into a game changer, but right now he's a game manager. He managing that game well.
he is, he is. I just think he's different than most game managers because when you say game manager, most of them they can't get you that last minute drive to win the game.
Okay,
But
let me ask you this. Jared Goff,
hmm
he was a game manager, right?
hmm
But now he's kind of transitioning. He in between game manager and game changer. But he
hmm
can go get that game. He can go get that last drive sometimes too. And he didn't have a
he
good a
can.
team as Brock had.
He can. I wouldn't even say that. I think the 49ers and Lions, you put them skill position players together, they tit for tat. Like this game should be high scoring.
Yeah, it should be high scoring. The difference between y'all and the Lions is the defense.
Because you could say Sam Laporta is better than Kittle at this point. Kittle might have a more known name, but Sam Laporta, you can make a case that he's better at tight end. Um,
Well, you got to
I
take
mean,
it serious.
Amon Ra is out of the three wide receivers, Amon Ra, Ayuk, and Debo. Amon Ra the best.
Yeah, but you got
Yeah,
to
I
take
mean,
the whole
it's
aspect
they
of the
Lions
tight
got some
end.
dogs.
You taking the whole
Yeah,
aspect.
yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, like when you think it just or receiving wise, I
Yeah,
would
like
say
Kittle do a
Laporta.
lot for y'all as far as blocking and shit. He created a lot of shit for McCaffrey. So that's why I say
Definitely,
I can't.
definitely. I mean,
Laporte ain't
game,
blocking like
game,
Kittle.
game breaking speed. You look at the running backs. I mean, you a combination of Gibbs and Mont. That's
It's
right
not
there with
fucking with
McCaffrey.
McCaffrey. It's not. McCaffrey do it all.
Hey, you sweet.
Come
McCaffrey
on.
do it all, but the
And then
combination
y'all,
of
and
Gibbs
the
and
difference
Mont,
is, bro, y'all use him right. Bro, y'all use him right. Dan
hmm
Campbell is not using Gibbs right. You feel me?
if
He started
I
to.
think I think if the Lions win, it's because Gibbs was unleashed.
Yeah, that's why I said he's starting to use him right. But y'all, that's what the difference between y'all offense. Y'all using them players better than them.
Hmm. So we gonna see how things play out. We're gonna get into that a little bit later on.
Yeah.
Now, keeping things rolling at the fifth spot. Breakout quarterback after sitting his time on the bench, learning. This was his year. Jordan Love
Shout out to
finished
Jordan.
fifth most fancy points at quarterback this year with 330 points. A lot of touchdown passes. A lot of touchdown passes. Jordan Love was doing his thing early on. First game of the season had 23 points. Kind of put the world on notice. Then he had 20, 25, 19.6.
It's
Had a
like
little,
a season like this, like a roller coaster. Up.
yeah, yeah. The middle of the season, it went down, had like 16 point, 15, 13 point games.
Mm-hmm.
Then he closed the year strong though.
And
Had
he
had
did all this. He did all this without Watson too. Really, too much.
he did. He did. Jaden Reed broke out with him. Their rookie wide receiver. Who else? Musgrave had solid games.
Shout out to Romeo
Um,
Dog. He made me a believer this year. Because before this year,
Dobbs had a really good year.
I thought you was an
Um,
average ass nigga before this year. But you made me
Dobbs
you that boy.
had a good year for sure. And all these wide receivers are young. All his players that he was throwing to young, which I think makes his season more impressive.
He ain't
It
lying.
wasn't like he was relying on vets. Like they was figuring this out on the run. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like they got no experience either.
Yep.
So Jordan Love, man, I think big ups to him. He's someone to keep an eye on. Like he might
Yeah.
could have he might could have potential to have an even better year
My boy
going
Andrew
forward. This is
Carlson
just year
sold him.
one.
My boy Andrew Carlson sold him, man.
And Carlson wasn't that good to start off with.
He making Auburn kickers look bad. He was fired, Auburn though.
Yeah, he ain't making the family name look good. That's why he got that job.
I mean, but his brother started off bad too. You got to think. Remember, the Vikings cut him.
Hmm.
He got picked up by the Raiders, and ever since he been balling. So he might need to get cut.
Hey, sometimes it take that little reality check. People lock in.
Cause ain't no way he supposed to
And
get that last field goal. That was crazy.
yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
He missed two that game, I think, or was it just one?
I know he missed that one. The 49ers kicker missed one too, Moody, before halftime.
Mm. I'm sitting.
So let's see, keeping things rolling. We got the likely candidate to win MVP, Lamar Jackson, at the 4th spot in fantasy this year,
Ain't bad.
338 points, and he's the one that might win the MVP of the league. That's interesting.
That ain't bad, bro. That ain't
It
bad.
ain't bad, but normally when you think of the front runner for MVP, you would think he would have had a crazy year statistically.
Nobody does though.
No, nobody did this year. Lamar, had a good year for sure.
It
Looking at
just,
some of his numbers, he
if you
was
watch the games with Lamar, you can tell like, oh shit, without this dude right here, they are not winning. It's
yeah,
that simple.
yeah. He he definitely, I think, I feel like he managed himself this year. Like, he ran when he had to. He wasn't out there just trying to like go crazy. Was just running the offense. I think that's why it was much more of a quiet season for him. But it wasn't a quiet season for the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? The Ravens, they balled out. That's why they're still playing now.
You got a good point. You got a good point on that. Well, he managed himself. He didn't push himself. He didn't force things either. Like he just said, "Fuck it. I'm gonna rely on my defense, and a kick is a win. As long as we got a
Yeah,
kick."
if I need to run for this first down, I'm gonna just get this first down. But I ain't gotta juke everybody, try to turn this 12 yards into 30 yards like he did his first MVP year. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
He had no point to
he
prove though.
definitely had a good season. Yeah, I wonder how Lamar plays and how he looks next season.
Depends on how this season ends. I would say.
Because he ain't running like that. So I feel like this might be the range of finish for Lamar going forward in like that 3 to 6 kind of range, or 2 to 6, possibly, maybe.
Yeah,
I really don't know if he's going to be the number one fantasy quarterback
I
again.
say this. It depends on where Ravens got to get a better receiver. To be honest, I fuck with Zay, but Zay is more so like they Julian Edelman. They need a motherfucking like they need a good ad. They should have got Hawkins, bro. They need somebody like I don't know, like a AJ Brown or something like that. Because Odell was supposed to be that, but he not that.
It sounds good. I think I wonder if they change their scheme up and they run some more two tight end stuff,
Mm.
and try to be like the Patriots when they had who and Gronk. So
But
because
you
they
still
got
gonna need a big
Andrews
body
showed he
receiver
can
out
ball
there.
too. Hmm?
You still gonna need an X out there though, bro. That's what I'm saying.
You are, you are.
Like we had Deion Branch, like you know what I mean. Like you gonna need an X out
Yeah,
there. Randy,
it's tough.
Troy
It's tough
Brown.
because they invest the capital. You know what I'm saying, on receiver. Like Bateman was a first round pick. Zay Flowers a first round pick. So I think you gotta kind of ride them out and just
Yeah,
see like if they them guys or not. You know what I'm saying, give them a chance to develop. But
yeah. That injury
moving forward,
set
though,
back, I say. Bateman
it
intercepted
did badly.
hella.
Badly, badly. It definitely set them back badly. Him back badly. But Lamar had a good season. I expect him to continue to play like this with this under this offense. Somebody this offense, it ain't asking too much out of him. Just do what you do and let it. Everything's gonna work out.
Yeah.
Now, somebody who had to do a lot on offense this year that people love to talk noise about, but he held it down. Dak Prescott
Mm.
finishing third place, third most fantasy points at the quarterback position this year, 351.
So he a regular season hero, huh?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. But look, I ain't gonna hold you. I can't. I don't think we can hold that against that. That's the Cowboys. Like the
Yeah,
Cowboys
but
ain't
it's like
the Cowboys are cursed.
he had a chance to win that game. I mean, like he was playing like, bro, you know what to do. Hit the ball to CD.
He was trying to, but it's we're gonna go off track real quick. But like, not to be the Dak apologist, but the defense did not do their job.
It's true. Michael Parsons was a ghost out there.
He was non-existent. The Packers went down the field and scored a touchdown first drive of the game, and they
That's
they
it.
they had Gilmore out there looking like he needed to retire. They say he needs to
Ooh,
be a family man.
ooh. He tore him up on that route, boy.
Dobbs tore him up. So
Ooh.
I mean, it's easy to pick on Dak, but I feel like he had a great year this year. Regular season wise and fantasy wise, started off slow, but once the Cowboys said we gonna throw the ball from like week 6, 24.9, 29, 28.4, 38.9,
Mm.
16.2, 32.2, 28.3. If Dak was your quarterback, you was winning games in fantasy during that time. You was eating.
Mm. And Dak doing all this without running.
Right. This was him in the pocket. This because he broke his leg, so he been kind of like not trying to run for real since that leg injury.
Dak ain't on that running shit.
He ain't on this no more. He ain't. This ain't the Dak Prescott that was
Mississippi.
at Mississippi State. This ain't that Dan Mullen Dak running quarterback draws and stuff. So
Number 15.
yeah, I think I'm curious to see how what the Cowboys do with skill position players. I think this might be Dak's peak. We'll see.
Let me grab my
If
chart.
he ain't going to run the football, because
Yeah.
he hasn't really been running the football, and we know how important that is in fantasy. This might be his peak, finishing top 3 and putting up these kinds of points, these kinds of numbers. So
Yeah.
curious to see where he's drafted next year. He's the one to keep an eye on because people might be like, "Dang, I need to get Dak." He might be a potential bust candidate. So we're gonna see how that play out.
I
Now,
mean, and I think they had to throw the ball a lot more this season because Tony Pollard did not.
Tony wasn't cutting it. He wasn't cutting it. I guess he wasn't built for the moment to be the number one running back.
Nah, he definitely not. Not yet, man. And I've been harping that. Me and Dark. Been
Mm-hmm.
harping that. But the non-believers didn't believe. They gave
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
number
Tony didn't work out. But if
2.
you had Dak Prescott, it worked out for you because they realized they couldn't run the football. So we wanted to figure something out. And Dak figured it out. He carried a lot on his shoulder. So he did his thing this year, fantasy wise. Number 2, Jalen Hurts.
Okay. Okay.
Wasn't pretty, but he finished with 371.8 fantasy points. And I think a lot of people probably wanted more. And I can understand if you wanted more out of Jalen Hurts this year.
Yeah.
Because he got so many brotherly shove touchdowns.
That's what it was.
Quarterback sneaks. A lot of QB sneaks. Yeah, that's the reason he had high fantasy points. it would be games he was getting at least one quarterback sneak TD.
I wonder what it is with him and AJ. Wonder what's going on.
I wonder what's going on too with that. I mean, wide receivers can be divas.
They didn't do
Um,
much, bro. I feel like in the beginning of the season when they were rolling right, it was a mixture of both of them. But Smitty was kind of like the leading receiver, and their offense was humming. It was going crazy. But then AJ Brown started complaining. That's when they offense started focusing on him, and it started slowing down.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did slow down. The Eagles they didn't look like themselves, honestly, all season since the offensive coordinator went to go be the head coach Shane Steichen with the Colts. I think he's the key to Jalen Hurts playing well. We saw how Anthony Richardson,
Woo!
he looked good when he was on the field under Shane Steichen.
Well, can't finish the game though.
Yeah, he can't finish the game, but when he figured that out, he
Yeah,
gonna be nice. But
he got
Jalen
me
Hurts,
doing too much, diving and all that shit. Like, slow
yeah,
down, boy. You got a long
yeah,
career ahead of you though.
yeah, he definitely was. He looked like a rookie. He gonna figure it out though.
Just
But
slide. Sometimes sliding is the best play.
there's a chance for some positive regression for Jalen Hurts, even though he finished second. If they can figure some things out, I'm curious to see like how the numbers balance out when it comes to will he be able. I don't think he's going to get as many rushing touchdowns next season, but I think he'll have more rushing yards because it was obvious that he was playing on a bad leg.
And that's messing him up too, as far as like they need to keep a steady offensive coordinator. They changing offensive coordinators on him. So it's like I think this is gonna be like his third offensive coordinator in his career. Like, god damn.
It's going to be a third in 3 years.
Yeah, like shit. He can't even get a relationship with offensive coordinator.
Because yeah, because the one that was with the Colts, he had him the year prior when they made it to the playoffs but lost to Brady. Um, and then the next year they made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That his year where he was almost an MVP. He had him for 2 years, and now he left. Had a new OC this year, and he's going to have another OC next year. So we're going to see how that
And
works
think
out.
about his rookie season, he had a new OC, right? He had a different OC, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's tough for him, but I'm curious to see how he is next year too, because you might lose some points with the TDs, but I think he's going to be running some more next year. I think he should. He probably going to end up having some kind of knee surgery. Like he should be healthy next year. He was obviously not healthy this year.
they're gonna have to get Smitty the ball, bro. Simple.
They do need to get Smitty the ball. We'll see how that play out. It's a lot of wide receiver duos where we assume AJ is the man, but Smitty could end up being the number one next year.
I fuck with
It's
AJ,
just
but it's like, okay, I feel like Smitty should get more targets than AJ because Smitty is your like he can do it.
Smitty. Yeah, he. Not to say AJ ain't a route runner, but
Yeah,
Smitty is. He won the Heisman for a reason.
it's like Ayuk and Debo. Like Ayuk get more targets than Debo for a reason, but when
Yeah, because
Debo gets
Ayuk gets
targets,
open.
yeah,
Yeah,
Debo get his targets, he make plays. Or Debo get like what
yeah.
five to
Debo
eight
can
targets,
turn.
if that.
Yeah, Debo can turn that little 5 yard slant big game. But if you need somebody to get open on 3rd and 6, you looking at Smitty or Ayuk. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks. That's what I'm saying.
So we gonna see the number one. No surprise to anybody. Josh Allen, 410 fantasy points, average 24.2 points per game.
He did his thing. Did his
Hey,
motherfucker.
Josh Allen, fantasy king. He been doing this for this was like his third, fourth straight year going crazy.
Yeah. Good shit,
Um,
Josh. Good shit, boy.
Josh, he he put the team on his back because when you look at the Bills skill position players, they really ain't it.
Nah,
Gabe Davis be a no show a lot.
yeah, Davis ain't it.
Dawson Knox suffered. He had injuries, so they had to rely on a rookie tight end, Dalton Kincaid. Um,
He showed
Stephon Diggs took a step back this year. He regressed. He looked a little washed.
I can't agree to that.
Diggs looked a little washed.
How old
The
is
end of the season, he wasn't Diggs.
How old is Diggs?
That's a good question. I feel like Diggs 29 or 28. Let's see. Because remember, he been in the league a little second now. He had his stint with the Vikings.
Yeah, I don't feel like he 30
He's 30.
turned 31 this year.
He's 30. So, hey man, Father Time don't let up. This is football now.
This is football.
So
This is football.
this is football. So we gonna see. But I'll say
They
this.
had 1100 this year though.
His best I think Diggs' best days are behind him.
I can't say that, man, because sometimes Josh Allen he be playing Superman ball too much. Sometimes, as far as like
He do sometimes, but he did better with that this year because they
he
started
got
relying a
better with
whole
it.
lot more on James Cook.
He
It
got
was a lot of running the football.
Yeah, it was, but I'm saying as far as when it's his turn to throw the ball, he be looking deep sometimes, and sometimes just get the ball to Diggs or take the simple play because it shows a lot of clips in that last game against the Chiefs, especially on that last drive where Diggs was open across the middle and Josh Allen throwing the whole deep. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah. He had some reads where he missed Diggs on the shorter stuff.
So his
But
yards could have been more. So that's what I'm saying. Like I can't say he exactly washed, but he probably lost a step. Yes, yeah.
I ain't yeah, he's lost a step, but we this
What's
next
washed?
year is gonna be a big year for Diggs.
What's
I
washed?
ain't gonna necessarily say I ain't gonna say he's washed, but
What's washed? Like give me stats.
I think Diggs probably will have 900 to 10. I mean, let's see how many receiving yards he had this year.
1100, 1183.
It's going to be lower next year.
I think I'm.
It might be like 950.
I give him about the same. Same
I think
amount.
it's gonna be like 950. I think I can see Shakir taking a higher step, like a higher
He
leap,
still
a
in
step
contract
up.
with them? Under contract with them?
Hmm
They might
They
trade.
gonna need him, but
They might trade.
I wouldn't be in on Diggs unless you can get him for a value. Uh,
Diz might.
yeah, the digs that we used to just first round, second round digs, them days over.
Diz might act up, bro. As far as like
He might.
this off season. I'm talking about this off season. Like as far as like they might trade Diggs.
I can see that too because he's been even with him being the number one over there, he's been like you would hear rumblings of him complaining and stuff. So
Yep.
we'll see how that play out. So that's the top 10 fantasy QBs this year.
Yeah.
Let's see who we think who didn't make the top 10. Who we expect to break out, well, to bounce back and make it next year. Just throw a name out there that you think could be in the top 10.
Justin Herbert,
Yeah, especially now with him getting the actual coach,
Joe Burrow,
Harbaugh. Yeah, you got Harbaugh there. We'll see.
Joe Burrow.
Burrow for sure because injuries got Burrow. Burrow will definitely be in there. The thing
And,
about Herbert is, do they have wide receivers?
I mean,
Keenan, you
Johnson
talking
looked
about
like
Diggs losing a step? I mean, Keenan Allen ain't getting no younger either.
Keenan looked good though. I can't even count. He looked good this year. He ain't getting no
But
younger.
will he be able to hold up? Because he did get a little banged up at the end of the season too.
Quinn Johnson wasn't looking good, bro.
Quinn Johnson looked like a bust.
Boy, yes, he do.
He do
I'm
look like a bust.
like, damn, my Nick, what you doing?
He don't look good at all. He gotta bounce back.
Mike,
Sheesh.
well, Mike Williams was balling before he got hurt though.
That's Mike Williams. He get hurt.
He got about 3, 4 games.
You can't depend on him.
Then it
So
found to that big ass contract, so it's like it's tough.
That's the thing. Herbert got the talent, but I just wonder. We know Keenan a dog, but
I just
he
don't.
getting older too.
I also don't understand why their defense is so sorry. Like they got all them good ass players on defense. They got Asante Samuel Jr., they got Bosa, Mack, and they got good
Yeah,
Darwin James.
yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Chargers got the pieces. We'll see. Hope maybe Harbaugh can fix it. I mean, he should be able to step in there and make an impact get day one. But yeah, I agree. But Burrow and then I think Anthony Richardson. If he stay healthy,
And CJ
Anthony
Stroud.
Richardson could be a problem. Yeah, them two should be in the top 10 next year too.
Man, don't sleep on Bryce next year, bro.
I'm gonna sleep on it. You gonna have
I
to
ain't
wake me
saying
up.
top 10. I'm saying top 20.
He better hell number one pick. You should be top 20.
He gonna need
They
some
they
help.
need to but they need to draft the whole offense. I mean, throwing the ball to Adam Thielen and DJ Chark,
And it
that ain't that ain't gonna work.
mm-mm, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah, so we're gonna see. Good year for some QBs, some breakout guys. We'll see if they can repeat. Like we said, man, we got the number 6 and 7 QBs going at it this weekend. How do we think the playoffs gonna go? First game, AFC Championship, Mahomes, Lamar, Chiefs, Ravens, and B more.
I say this. I want um Lamar to win, but it's gonna be tough to beat that Mahomes.
MJ, that boy, Mahomes.
So
I don't know how Mahomes and
I'm
the
gonna
Chiefs
call it.
do it.
I don't either. He got that Brady effect, bro. Telling you,
It's
like you
yeah,
don't know how the
he
Patriots did it, but they did it. We did it.
yeah. He's developed that at already in his career. Um, he's always had the freak skill, but it definitely seems like he got the intangibles to go with it now at this point, and this is still early in his career. I mean, quarterbacks play 15, 20 years, the great ones. I mean, he going into is this like year six? It's still
7,
7. Yeah. Dang, man. Yeah, because he sat out. So this is 6th year playing, but he sat out his first year behind
yeah,
Alex Smith.
6 years
Hmm.
starting. And it's like them defenses don't be hitting that boy for some reason. Like even think about it.
Yeah, you ain't hit him either because you finna get a 15-yard penalty and a $25,000 fine in your mailbox.
Even when he's scrambling and shit, like they don't be hitting him and like he don't be getting sacked hard. It's like other quarterbacks they be getting their
He's
hit.
shifty though.
His big
Mahomes
ass.
shifty.
Yeah,
He's shifty.
he a big boy too.
Yeah, he got some size on him. He in his grown man NFL body. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When you in the league this long, you built up, you put on some weight. So he definitely, pretty chisel. And
So
then Lamar needed this game too, though.
I got beat. I'm gonna say I got beat more winning. I don't know how Lamar gonna do it. Honestly, the only way I feel like Baltimore lose if they beat themselves. If the moment too big for 'em.
That's what's gonna take. I can't. My mind won't let me say that Baltimore is losing. Like I feel like Baltimore should win this game.
These games and these tight shit that you be like,
It's
damn,
just it's weird though. I
it'll
mean,
be like
we
a
got we got
fumble.
to see Lamar do it. This
Uh,
is
these type of games, it'll be like a nigga fumbling a punt return or something like that. Like, little stuff like that coming to
little stuff. Or I
holding
mean,
penalties. Like,
look,
what I mean?
Chris Jones a playmaker on the D line.
Yes, he is.
Chris Jones can make life tough for them.
And Chiefs stop the run. If Chiefs can stop the run and make Baltimore one dimensional, they have a chance.
And if they stop Lamar's running.
And
Like
can
if
Baltimore
Lamar got less than 50 rushing yards, if Lamar rushed for like 42 yards, I think the Chiefs in the game. It's a close game.
can Baltimore stop? Can they contain Mahomes? Can they put that pressure on him? Like
They're gonna
they
put that pressure on him, but I think Mahomes. This might be the game where he run for 40 yards. I think Mahomes he gonna do what it take to win. This might be the game where he just if he can't get it to Kelsey or Rice, all right, I'm gonna take my 7 yards and get on down.
the only team, but their defense different. Ain't gonna lie, you do that. The only team that will consistently do that. The only team I seen fluster Mahomes was the Buccaneers. That year in the Super
Mm-hmm.
Bowl.
So yeah, because the Chiefs O line was terrible though. This O line better.
Yeah, I know. So if Baltimore can make Mahomes do that, they in the game.
I think it might be some. I think we might be surprised by the Chiefs' approach. I think it's going to be a lot of ball control. I think the Chiefs going to run the football a lot. If the Ravens,
Ooh.
if they can get the running game going, I think the Chiefs going to run the football a lot.
We gonna
I think
see.
they want to keep. I think they want to keep the Ravens offense off the field.
Yeah,
The
that's smart.
Ravens been putting up points. Lamar been putting up points.
It's
So
gonna
if
be
you
a good
can,
game.
it's going to be a good game. I'm gonna say, dang, it feels nasty going
Bad.
picking against Mahomes, man. This
Uh,
don't. I can't. I don't like this. You know, Mahomes. That's been my boy since he got drafted. I told y'all what he came here to do.
but if Lamar get his dub, he's cementing himself in history.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. He need this one. It's a win-win for the NFL. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Mahomes established superstar. He
Got
ain't
two
hurt.
score line.
He ain't gonna be hurt by this loss if they lose. You know
Nah,
what I'm saying? He got his chips. He got his stardom. He established. This was cement Lamar.
yes, it
But
would.
then if Mahomes do win,
Woo!
that just adds to the legacy.
Like this nigga won with this squad. Damn.
Right. Oh,
Imagine we got a
and
good
on the
squad.
road twice.
Man.
First, you know what I'm saying? He went on the road against the Bills, first road playoff game. And
Yep.
then he get another road playoff game because it's at More and
Yep.
he win.
Yep. And that's what everybody
And beat
was
the
saying too.
MVP.
And that's what everybody was saying. Everybody was saying like, can my own do it on the road? Can you do it on the road?
And no Tyreek Hill. Barely got Travis Kelsey.
That's what I'm saying. If he do it with this squad, bro, ain't no stopping him. Just say it like that.
That's tough. So yeah.
Against this defense, a historical defense.
It is a historical defense. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game though.
I don't know. Both teams are top three in
I know.
what's it called points.
I know, but sometimes we talking about two elite quarterbacks. I
The
think they're gonna
crowd,
step up for the moment.
the crowd gonna play a big part in this.
I say 27-24
Mm.
Baltimore.
I say 20-17 Baltimore.
Okay. Okay. Game number the second game of the day. This one for sure. I definitely feel like it's gonna be high scoring. I think this joint gonna be like 38-35. I think it's gonna be some points put on the
Tight
board in this
shit.
game.
Tight shit.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. 38-35. Yeah. And if not 40. I
I
get it.
mean, yeah, it could be 41-38. I
Yep.
mean, not to say like the defenses are bad, but I got respect for the Lions offense.
I, w- I want the Lions to win. I ain't gonna cap. But I got y'all winning. The only way it's this same type of situation would be more. I feel like if the only way y'all lose if y'all beat yourselves because y'all defense too.
That or we get if we get behind early.
Yeah,
I think but the Lions defense,
crappy.
they secondary ain't that good. So we could come back against them.
Yeah, and depending on how healthy is Debo. I know he playing, but how is he gonna play? Is he gonna be Debo?
I don't think it's gonna be deep. I think Ayuk has a crazy game though. I think Ayuk go off for like 8 for 112.
And Brock Purdy was looking a little rattled last game. So
I wouldn't say it was rattled. I think, it was raining.
it was, it
The
was.
game was raining. It
It
was a
ran for
wet
both
game.
quarterbacks now.
Yeah, and you see Purdy threw from yards.
Yeah, what's it called?
Love threw for like 180. You know what I'm saying? Purdy
Love
threw for
did
like
miss a two good passes that could have extended the drive.
Purdy threw for more yards. Purdy had his throws too. You know what I'm saying? He threw a dime at 3rd and 7 to IU get that
Yeah,
first down.
yeah.
I mean, so it's gonna be another home game. I think the 49ers win 37-30. I think it's going to be some points put up, but I think ultimately Niners going to be too much. I think that they win by 7.
Predict what you got Purdy stats.
Purdy going to throw 27 out of 34
Mm.
for 301 and 3
Mm.
TDs.
Okay. Okay.
If they put up 37 points, he threw for over 300 yards and he had
34
3
pass
TDs.
attempts. Okay. And what you got McCaffrey?
He's gonna go for 18 for 105 in the TD.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Uh,
a high scoring game, so I mean it makes sense for Purdy to throw the ball that many times, and then McCaffrey gonna get his rushing attempts.
I got I got y'all beating them by like 10. Maybe it's gonna be a good game though. Maybe like 35-24, 35-27, something like that.
I can see that, but there's potential. I ain't overlooking the Lions. They
Yeah.
got weapons.
Yeah.
This offense is loaded. It just depends on
Yeah.
can we make Jared Goff play like the golf that he was with the Rams. I need
That's
that
what
Rams Jared Goff. I don't need this Detroit Jared Goff.
I That's what I say. And it depends. And they playing at the Niners, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be tough on the road. Ooh. Um,
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
golf gonna
So
feel golf. It's the moment to be for golf.
I can't say that, man. He made it to the Super Bowl before.
Yeah, he did, but their defense was way better than his defense.
Yeah, he's gonna have to lead the charge on this
Yeah.
one.
They had Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey.
If the Lions win though, it's because of Aiden Hutchinson. People gonna come for Brock Purdy, but the right side of our offensive line is not good. Our right
It's
tackle ain't
true.
good,
Aiden
and
Hutchinson,
that's
dog.
where Aiden gonna be lined up at. So I think we're gonna need to definitely help the tackle because he can dominate. He can take over the game.
He like a
So
young Matt
that's what
Crosby.
I'm way more worried about our right tackle than Brock Purdy.
Mm. Cause Aiden like a young Matt Crosby to me. Like he like at that level where he get stats done, but he ain't pushed to that. He ain't broke that glass to be elite yet.
Yeah, but
He
man,
good though.
he be looking elite to me, man. That's a bad boy.
He's a bad boy, but
He, he can look like an all-star in this game with how our right tackle is because our O-line ain't what it normally be.
that's a bad boy. But I said when I say he ain't elite, he ain't on the Bosa status. He ain't on like you know what I'm saying.
Truthfully, he had a better year than Bosa this year. Bosa was quiet this season.
Wasn't Bosa hurt a lot though?
He just wasn't producing. I
Mm.
think if we look up their stats, let me see.
I don't know, but
Bosa
even though
didn't.
he might have a down year, but he's to me he ain't on a level yet. Like the
Yeah,
Q.
he ain't established like him yet. You know what I'm saying? But he
Or
he's still
TJ Watts.
yeah. Let's see. Bosa had 10.5 sacks this year.
Oh, that's a down year, but
It's
that's
a
that.
down year for him. Then Aiden Hutchinson, he had. I wonder if I had to make a guess. I feel like he had 13 sacks.
That's tough.
He had 11 and a half.
That ain't
11
bad.
and a half this year.
Not
So
bad.
not bad at all. He can he can take over this game though. So that's what I'm gonna be looking out for. I'm worried about him, but I think we win though.
So we got the Ravens and the Niners in the Super Bowl rematch.
The Ravens and Niners in the Super Bowl. I need my lick back.
Mm.
We got we got to get this one.
Ooh. Them boy beat
I'm
the shit
coming
out.
for you, Mod. Get ready.
Them boy beat the shit out y'all.
That ain't finna happen this time. That ain't gonna happen this game.
They put a belt to ass.
Hey, that ain't gonna happen in the Super Bowl.
We're gonna see if y'all make it. We're gonna see.
We gonna see for sure. We gonna see. It's all fine and dandy when you do that in the regular season.
I just want to
Do it
say
when
it's
it
a
matters.
new day. It's a new day in New England, baby. We got a black man at quarter at the coach.
Black. Y'all
New
gonna
day.
get y'all black quarterback too.
New day. Oh, happy day.
Y'all gonna get y'all Jaden Daniels.
I don't know.
That's gonna be too much for them people out there, bro. You can't get a black coach and a black quarterback.
I mean, look at Boston Celtics. They team black as fuck.
I know. I'm just saying, that's a little bit of a pivot going from about 15 years of Brady
Hey,
to bring in a black quarterback.
you want to win, or you want to keep going 4-11 with Mac Jones? You see the motherfucker.
Ah
Hey,
man,
draft you a black quarterback who can run, throw, and do all. Okay,
right.
hey, get
We
right.
gonna see. We gonna see.
Yep.
Should be a good weekend of football. We're gonna keep things going. We're gonna get back at it, recap some of the running backs, some of the wide receivers, keep this thing going in the off season. But
Sir.
as always, been another good episode with my boy. We're gonna keep this thing going.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate y'all tuning in. I'll let y'all next season.
Yes, sir. You know, come on.